And with that, please welcome, with a big round of applause, Malte Klassen, CEO of our gold sponsor, Galileo Group. The stage is yours, Malte. Take it away.
Yes, thank you very much. Nice to be here again. Third year in sequence. Today, we are talking about the RISE partner delivery toolchain based on one of our products, Conigma Connect. And this has different use cases. One use case is a direct translation of business processes into test automation. So today, I am not alone on stage. So maybe these ladies and gentlemen who don't know me, I'm Malte Klassen, I'm head of Galileo Group in the SAP ALM world since more than 25 years. And I would like to welcome Patrick Fiege. He is VP Global Head of Strategic Product Management and Partnerships, Tricentis.
Oh, thank you, Malte.
Yeah, so, one very important thing. So, we have a kind of a scavenger hunt for you in this ALM Summit. So we have 3 sessions that belong together. So first of all, the session today. Then we have a session, it's on the 3rd day. It's, I think, in the morning. It's a partner case together with our partner company Skyway and our joint customer Rosenberger. So it's a customer case, which is showing this use case that you see today live. And Patrick, it's at the end, nearly at the end of the 3rd day, has also another session. And in these 3 sessions, we have, what's going on here? Clicker is not working. Then let's do it like this. Oh, yeah. But it's not connected. Thank you. So we have 3 questions. That means 1 question out of every session. And in the last session, in Patrick's session, you answer these 3 questions. And the 3 ladies and gentlemen, you know it from last year, there's a top on the podium. The 3 podium finishers have the chance to win one of these fancy Conigma Connect Galileo branded earpods. So if you participate in these 3 sessions, you have the chance. Okay, so let's go on. Now it works again. So Galileo Group, most of you know this company. So we are a software vendor in the ALM environment since more than 25 years. And have a footprint on 5 continents. I think that's enough for today. Most of you anyway know us. So, RISE partner and delivery toolchain. So what are typical challenges for RISE partner? But I think that's your slide, isn't it? I just remember.
It is. So we'll pick it up from here. So let's, we didn't test this before, so next time we need to test also for the presentation, right?
It works.
So it does? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what
it revived.
wrong.
Very good. So let's talk about who are we actually talking about? RISE partner, what is that? So let me make this practical. Who is here representing a customer? Who works here for a company that actually produces something different than software? All right, fair amount of the public, that's good. You pay the salaries of the people we're talking about, the people who help you to implement, the people who are selling you the software, which is SAP, which is Tricentis, which is Conigma. So the people in the middle are the RISE partners we're talking about here. And the RISE partners, as they adopt Cloud ALM and as they adopt the methodology that SAP is putting out with, let's say, the renewal of Activate, the simplified version that RISE with SAP delivery methodology puts out, they are facing the chart, let's say here, that we have in front of us. They need to manage knowledge transferred to their consultants, brought into the landscapes of their customers via the Cloud ALM platform as it is applied to the transformation of the SAP landscape. So there is a balance, basically, that needs to happen here between something that is very standardized, namely what comes from SAP, ultimately by means of the toolchain, the methodology that shall be applied, which now customers have a benefit in adopting because it is also tied to financial aspects. It is tied to a proposition that goes beyond simply teaching you somehow, how to conduct an SAP project, which we have had for many, many years. Now it is something that actually also improves your business case. Yeah? So this is a new way of thinking about what SAP brings to the table in addition to the software. It is a transformation incentive. It is a transformation bundle consisting of methodology, tools, and content. So that's what needs to happen on the customer side. The RISE partners, the consulting companies, the big companies and the small companies, they bring something, however, that is unique. So it's by using the standards, they deliver something which is unique, and that is their own IP, their own industry knowledge, their own specialty that they might have in different areas that might be regional specializations or industry solution specializations, right? And so we see the key players here of this drama are process definitions that are unique, methods that could be special methods that you apply for the transformation on top of the standard RISE content, let's say, and enablement content, and of course, and that's the reason why I'm here, representing Tricentis, test cases. Yeah? Why are test cases such an interesting player here? Because they make up for 30 to 50% of the transformation journey. Yeah? Testing is a big effort, not the running of the tests, but the creation of the test, the test authoring, and the test evaluation and remediation of errors, let's say, that is one biggie, right? So this is why many consulting companies spend time in building assets, test assets, and then bring them into these customer landscapes by means of the standardized tool chain. Now, let's look at this in the specific case here that we addressed. This is basically now a replication of standard content coming from the system integrator into the customer landscape, and then the application of tests to the process definitions that shall guide the implementation. How do companies go about this? Well, ultimately, they tap into a variety of content sources that they manage. Some we already mentioned, process management, process modeling, obviously now provided by SAP. Other content coming from SAP, like the well-known SAP best practices that have been shared, via the SAP platform for many years. But then also customer-specific content, such as mining of processes in the customer landscape, or documentation developed by the customers that get integrated into, let's say, the transformative projects that are conducted here. Ultimately, in addition to what the consultants built on their own, so the consulting custom content by means of models that might be as old as EPKs, for those who remember EPKs. So the ARIS tool set that, years ago, before we had gray hair, they're still
You don't
around.
look like,
Yeah,
but I remember.
we remember. Good. Okay, at least two people remember here. So there's tons of content, basically. And now the question is, how does this here, make it into a landscape? And then finally gets applied, as we're talking about testing here, for the purpose of creating test cases. So we're going to look at this here, but before we jump into the example, I would like to go back to the idea of standardization. I said that the RISE approach is a standardized approach that SAP has that brings together tools, methods, and content, right? And one of the elements is a semantic that is predefined. So what you're seeing here is the basic blueprint of what are the information entities that need to be managed from the stage of defining my target landscape, defining my target enterprise architecture, Lean IX, defining my target business processes based maybe on observed processes, and then basically executing the transformation to go from where you are to where you want to be as per those specifications, and validating that you actually arrived there. That's where we come into the table. So adopting the standard semantic as a blueprint is one cornerstone here. This is not just about moving information around from left to right as we like, but we adopt a standard fundamental language and then basically play variations on top of it. And the role of Conigma here is now to play variations on top of it, right? So moving things around in customer-specific ways that are not delivered by the standard integration, either because it's not intended or because it's something that might eventually come, but it's simply on the roadmap and presently not available. And so with that, here we go into the action part now. We have the following tools in the game here: the process management tool Signavio, Cloud ALM as the ALM central orchestrator for the task management. So this is really where the work gets done, defined and done, and also monitored. And then we have the validation with Tricentis test automation. Conigma now is the distributor of information and the part that synchronizes. And with that, Malte is going to show us how this works.
Thank you very much. So yeah, what we show you today is how to integrate SAP Signavio with SAP Cloud ALM. It's a bit deeper and a bit more with more functionality than we have it today, and probably around Christmas in the standard. We know it comes, and I'm pretty sure that it will be a very good solution, and it will improve the next 2 years what we will see in the SAP standard. But what you see today, you also can buy today. It's there. And we see an integration of SAP Signavio and Cloud ALM to Tricentis STA, which also will work for ECT. That means for the Tosca on-prem version. Not everybody goes at once to the cloud version of Tosca, and what you see really works one-to-one for the Tosca on-prem version. So I have prepared a small demo, but first of all, the concept behind it. What you will see today is Signavio, a BPMN model that we transfer to a solution process flow to SAP Cloud ALM by Conigma Connect. And the solution process itself, of course, that's important. Without the process itself, the flow doesn't exist. And we create a manual test case and an automated test case. This is created by Conigma Connect. The idea behind it is that a typical S4 rollout, you might start in the first country, the first region with a manual test, and based on that, in the next following regions, you automate your manual tests and improve this. So this is why in this use case, we create this side by side. And then, in the next step, out of SAP Cloud ALM in Signavio STA, the list of reusable test steps is created. In this case, the dotted line means it's a standard, but it's not the list. It's just the empty test cases created. If you see the arrow, it just goes to the test case. And what Conigma Connect does is it takes the BPMN model, breaks it down into single steps and single entities. And out of these entities, we really create reusable test steps and test cases. So you have the result will be an empty test skeleton and a follow or a procedure of different test steps in the automated test case. And this then you can fill with screen recordings and this fancy methods. This is this model-driven approach of STA, which is very, very cool. This you can do on top of this later on. And this now I would like to show you live in a small video, of course, but then you get an idea how it looks like. So how do I do this? One moment, that was the wrong one. It's a typical. So here we have it.
There we go.
Yep. Okay. So where is now my mouse? Here it is. It's a bit. So first of all, here we have Signavio. You see it's empty. Then I try to do a bit of fast forward for you. And you see here we also have SAP Cloud ALM. We also have STA or TTA. It's literally the same in terms of functionality. And in SAP Cloud ALM, you see you don't have solution processes. You see, where is it? Sorry. You have no test cases. And you have an empty STA there. Okay? And then, in this use case here, we go to SAP Signavio. Let's go on now. And create a BPMN model. So it's now a fast forward again. Here's a model. So from stock, it's our business process with some branches, with swim lanes, with different activity steps. And then Conigma Connect runs in background and automatically synchronizes to SAP Cloud ALM. So here you have now the solution process that was created by Conigma Connect. If you drill down into the solution process, you see here the solution process flow. It's there, one-to-one. You can use it and change this and so on. And additionally, if we go to the test cases, see here with the branches and the swim lanes, it's all the same, a complete copy. And then if we go to the test cases, you see we have one automatic and one manual test case, also created by Conigma Connect, out of the box. And if we now drill down into the automatic test case, you see that in the context there is a test case in STA. This is standard, that has nothing to do with Conigma Connect, but it's an empty one, it's just the name, a placeholder. And now, what we do after refresh, you see in the Conigma Connect background run, you will see that here are all the test steps from the BPMN model. Okay, so I have now to get rid of this to go on. So let's go on now. What's next? What's missing? What about governance? Who is doing the governance for this? So let's see what's the next step. So how does it work? I'm not sure. I have to put this in the foreground. So this is the transformation thing. So next step. Data processing of SAP Signavio and Tricentis TTA STA. That means what happens if somebody changes something, an existing process that was already synchronized. So what we are doing is, in Conigma Connect, first of all, we create a governance structure in SAP Cloud ALM. That means for every single BPMN model that we synchronize to SAP Cloud ALM or just to STA, if your standard integration is already there in place, we create a project task, so there's a one-to-one relationship between a project task in SAP Cloud ALM and a BPMN model. And we create a subtask, it's called creation here. And this has a status open at the beginning, and then you can pick this task after the first synchronization and finalize the content of the test cases in TTA. Or you also can finalize the test steps in Cloud ALM if you like, the manual test steps, because you have a very fancy logic there, which is also improved bit by bit, that out of the BPMN model, the solution process flow, you create some manual test steps in your manual test cases. So if you create manually a test case in Cloud ALM on the GUI level, you suddenly see all these test steps there, and it's, wow, where does it come from? Of course, if you link it to this business process, this manual test case, it automatically generates this, and it's a very cool standard feature of Cloud ALM. But sometimes you will enhance this a bit and change it a bit. It's manual testing. And here you have the governance structure for this. And this I also will show you in a small video. Video again. So luckily I have a touch screen here because my mouse is somewhere. So again. Okay. So let's start it. So first of all, here we see at first left-hand side Signavio, in the middle Cloud ALM, and right-hand side Tricentis, TTA, STA. And we now here generate again. I do a bit of fast forward for you. This BPMN model, you have seen it already. Yeah? So, but what you did not see is this governance structure. So first of all, you see a project task generated by Conigma Connect. And you see a subtask. This project task is in Postgres. You can define how you want it. And the subtask, it is open. Yeah? And the subtask is the one you pick as responsible for the automated test case in STA. Here is a project task. You see the subtask here linked below. Now let's jump into the subtask. Hopefully we do it now. Oh, okay, Tricentis STA. You see here that was generated. That is the library of the reusable test steps, also generated by Conigma Connect. You see now, next step, the test case itself. It was collected and set up out of the library of reusables. Here it is. It's all automated, what you see. And now let's jump into the next steps. I'm not sure how the guys did it. I'll do a fast forward here for you. 1 second. That was a bit too quick. Sorry. Don't know what happened here. Okay. So what happens? Oh, that's the important thing. So have a look. What happens if you change something in Signavio? That is the part I wanted to show you. You see here, you have a step, a process step. It's called prepare packaging. And you have an empty space in the right swim lane after check batches. And if we now go on and somebody deletes this prepare packaging test step, so let's now delete it and create a new one, split outbound delivery. What happens then? We create a new subtask automatically by Conigma Connect. And this subtask, you see now this project task has 2 subtasks. Let's now go on the second one. The first one is anyway done. The other one is open. And what now happens is we have some context information there. So let's jump into it. And what you now see, this is important. Let's stop it here. You see here the data information. This is generated by Conigma Connect because Conigma Connect compares the different revisions and shows you what's the difference. And you have links to STA there, HTML links. Yes, and of course, the data is also transferred to STA, TTA. So let's go on and wait. And now have a look. At the top, you see that in the library of reusables, this prepare packaging task or activity is now ticked with obsolete, but we don't delete it because it might be used all over the place in different test cases. And the new generic task, split outbound delivery, it's called, it's also there as a new brick, a new Lego brick in my library of reusables. So everything is consistent. And now you can use the original subtask, this change task we created, as a governance task to make your final adjustments in your test automation tool. This is governing your test automation out of the box.
There we go.
So now let's go on. I have a few more slides for you. So here we are. Yeah, so this is what you already enjoyed. So, but what's the message behind it? That's the most important thing. I don't want to read all the small boxes there. Huh? The governance for test automation and changing your test automation should be the same kind of governance, strict governance, like the one we anyway know for software changes. So we have SAP Cloud ALM to govern your software changes with requirements, all these things, and tests and approvals after, and functional approvals, technical approvals, and so on. And this is also from our point of view and our customers' point of view. It's necessary to have the same strict governance rules for test automation. That's the key point. So, okay, just one slide about Conigma Connect. It's a bit more a make or buy decision. In the middle, you see SAP Cloud ALM, direct integration. Thanks to colleagues like Xavier, this is a very, very great functionality. And you really can use it, and you should use it, of course. But Conigma Connect is a productized integration for very complex scenarios, the ones that you saw today. And if you compare it, that's the right column, to the SAP integration suite. This is focused to business process integration and not to IT process integration. And also there, it would be a kind of a make or buy decision if you compare it with Conigma Connect. And Conigma Connect is a productized integration we support forever, even beyond 2030. Okay, so partner delivery toolchain.
So I think this brings it back to the beginning. What we saw here was one example of managing content, standardized content, and IP of a specific RISE partner here brought out to the customer, and live in the change management of processes leading to solution changes in a customer's landscape. We, I think in the presentation, saw very clearly the enormous flexibility that is here, which is not related to coding, which is not related to building these things sort of by one, but it is a productized type of integration which fits so nicely, therefore, with the members of the toolchain, Cloud ALM, Signavio, LeanIX, Tricentis. We're the core set of the RISE end-to-end tool stack. There's no other non-SAP product in that core of the core. There are additional solution extensions, and then there are, of course, many other products. But this is applicable, obviously, also to other types of connectivity here. And with that, remember what you heard here. Go to the partner session for Rosenberger, which will talk about the customers actually leveraging this for the benefit. We see the presenter here in the back of the room. And then finally join us for the last session with Tricentis, and then answer the questions, and then you might be the lucky winner of the presents that Malte brought along. So with that, we thank you for your attention, and see you there.
Patrick and Malte.
Right.
I think the partner delivery suite especially I like. I think that has potential because you know that Cloud ALM is a tenant for the customer. Yeah? Now as a partner you serve multiple customers, and having an let's say a tool support, yeah, that does the cross-project copy, but also that integration of the cloud ALMs with the commercial infrastructure and delivery infrastructure of the partner is something that we want to basically expose on the hub of ALM, so the partner hub, and also promote in the RISE workshops that we have, that I've explained at the beginning of my presentation. So thanks for having, thanks for sponsoring the event here, and thanks for your good insights. Thank you.
Thank you for the chance to sponsor it.
All right. So.